Hello, hello, hello. What's up, crazy babies? Welcome back to another Jam Sessions with your host, yours truly, Joe Mycut. Today we have a really special treat. Today we had on Matthew Elmore, author of Constellation Road. Be forewarned, there was a little bit of audio interference there towards the end, but sometimes the universe just needs to be heard. And I'm sure there's a message in there. We heard some turntables, some popcorn popping, and some water bubbling, whatever it sounded like to you. But something needed to be said by the universe. So we welcome that and we moved right on along. Mr. Elmore did treat us today with a very special reading from his book. So stay tuned for that. And you guys be sure to stick around at the end for some more book recommendations that I have for you guys just in time for Christmas. And without further ado, bringing to the stage Mr. Matthew Elmore. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, crazy babies? Welcome back to another episode of Jam Sessions with your host, yours truly, Joe Mycut. I'm super excited today to have with me Mr. Matthew Elmore. He is the author of Constellation Road, and there he is. How are you today, Mr. Elmore?
Rocking and rolling, brother. Rocking and rolling. Rolling.
Rolling. I love it. Hey, I love this book cover. I'm all about anything galaxy and universe. I'm excited to hear about it. It is Constellation Road, and it is available on Amazon.com. So we'll dive right in. Tell us what Constellation Road is about. How would you describe this book to our viewers?
Well, I think that this book here is a bit of a culmination of a lot of different poems that I've wrote over the years, and kind of transcends reality. Yeah, it kind of jumps into a lot of different aspects of our lives that we deal with, whether it might be love, or it might be family, or it might be troubles, joys, sorrows, pleasures. Man, this book has got it all, and it's not really. It's not so much about, it is about content, but it's about expression and perspective, man. And that's what I'm all about. Internal rhymes to craft and forms, whether they're villanelles or,
yes,
Pantone.
Whatever's written in the stars, it's in Constellation Road.
Yeah, it's in the stars.
Whatever's in the stars. We're all made of the same matter. They say now that they can find the same genetics and material in our body that's found in the stars. So I love that. I love
Constellation. That's a trip, right? That's scientific truth.
It's absolutely wild. We're as old as literally the stars. So now within this book, do you have a favorite piece? I've asked this question to all my authors. I usually get the same answer. They love everything about it, or it's too hard for them to pick one. But I'm always curious if you, as the author, has a favorite part of this book.
It would have to be Jazztown Mother Night.
Jazztown Mother Night. Now,
yes.
could you tell us about that piece?
It's a poem about New Orleans, actually. It's about, the jazz sensibilities that are within the city. And not only that, a lot of the pain, the history that's there, a lot of the voodoo,
yes,
a lot of the bebop and skeedop and jazz hand kind of stuff. And it's an amazing poem, and I am super proud of it. And whenever I read it out and about, I would save it for the last. It's kind of like going to a concert and hearing your favorite song at the end. It's like, yeah, that was the one I've been waiting.
That's the one. That's the hit. Absolutely. Now tell me the name of that again, because I want the viewers to know it, and I want to look for it myself.
Yes, it's called Jazztown Mother Night.
Mother Night.
It's a very much a kind of a beat sensibility, kind of a Kerouac-y kind of.
Sure.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Can you tell them in Kentucky? It's a good one.
It's a good one. I like it. Well, I've spent so much time myself in New Orleans, having lived in the Panhandle and Southern Alabama. It was always a quick drive over. So it was nothing for me and my crew to go there for a weekend or even for a night out. And
that is so cool. So you lived in Florida. I lived in Navarre for about a year. I had a Hawaiian shirt shop there on Santa Rosa Island.
Man, what a life. Yeah, I was in Pensacola. I've been in Orlando, Miami, South Beach, Key West. I've done the whole spectrum of Florida. But I've lived
You need to go out and have a couple cocktails and
go.
Fair notes.
The margarita nights. That's absolutely. Now, now, what inspired the title Constellation Road? What's the meaning behind that?
Well, I'm a hiker. I'm an avid hiker, and I hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maryland. I've hiked the Ozarks. I was born in the Ozarks, actually, Southern Illinois. Actually, I was hiking near Pikes Peak in Colorado, and I went off the trail, and I saw an old man's sign that was handwritten, and it said Constellation Road on it.
Wow.
And, I wrote a poem called Constellation Road, but I ended up calling this little book here, Constellation Road. It wasn't on the map. It's not it's in the stars.
Exactly. Well, we do have a lot in common because I'm also an avid hiker. When I get the opportunity, I spent 2020 when the world was just tumbling into chaos. I spent it sitting around campfires and hiking Yellowstone National Park and going on what I call and consider the lone wolf journey, sitting with myself and experiencing and processing that whole experience.
What did you get out of it, Joe?
I found myself. I found what I was capable of. I did a lot of healing. I was absolutely an opportunity for healing and just sitting with myself and nothing else. No distractions, nothing else to lean on. Just the ultimate look in the mirror, so to speak. And it was everything. It was relaxing, and it was a retreat of the soul, so to speak. But it was a lot of work to go into it as well. So yeah, we have a lot in common there. Now, what is an interesting fact about Matthew that readers or viewers or fans may not know?
Really? That I can disclose?
Sure, yes. Please, right here.
Wow.
Exclusive on Jam Sessions.
Oh wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. I love jam sessions. So I was in a band for a long time, a heavy rock band. I was an art model in college.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things.
So like people. So you were the guy that would go into the classroom and like.
I demand only the best.
Oh, all eyes on you, huh? Okay, that's very cool. Bearing all. I love that.
But it's really I support artists. Any kind of art I've always been into. I was college. I was the editor-in-chief for the literary magazine. I got strip art in there. I was the first one to put strip art in there, and photography in a literary magazine, which is pushing it. But I'm always trying to push the boundaries, and
of course, they're meant to be pushed.
And they are, and that is what this book is about. That's why I wanted to find something that didn't have a line. Sure. I want to be able to push it and I'm still doing that. This book actually came out in the summertime, but I'm already working on my next one.
Well, I didn't ask you about this, so it would be putting you on the spot, but we've got a little bit of time. How would you feel about reading to us or performing for us Jazztown Mother Night? Is that a possibility? Could the viewers get that treat?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
Fantastic.
I would definitely love to. Jazztown Mother Night.
I'm putting them on the spot, guys. We did not rehearse this, so this is pure talent from Mr. Elmore.
Teeth, yes.
Lay it on us.
Joyous elation, sweeping me weeping, dreamlike over the roofs of bourbon, breathe now music everywhere in the air. Memories play in my ears, tears leak out of a bucket list of horns, torn on the blaring beat. People like vinyl spinning around town on tables of beers, downing cheers and lighted mirrors framed by wooden shelves. Old black and white pictures singing of lifetimes ago. Crews of merry characters, long since gone like jazz of joys that paraded coy past unholy souls. Down the sleazy street of delightful debauchery, not for children yet spoken of in whispers, like love made on benches near Mississippi paddle boats where families were lost like grass, brown from the salt of so many tears, tragedies voiced in strains of the sad sax, blowing mournful mad in the Louisiana night. Howling voodoo yowls and creeping bleeps and burping flesh sweaty with ceaseless dancing, moving, dee-dad, grooving, skippity, ski-dad, snap and scrap, fingers made for bliss, fishing aimlessly. for the next good time, yet never exactly finding what was in mind. Lost, melody, blindly, yearning, homeless, hungry, bowls of red beans and rice, steaming, and kisses of wishes for the one wanted most. Admired and crushes, tired yet wired, luscious, far from sight yet never quite approached yet until now, partied out near death, enriched within a diverse universe of strengths multiplied in the varied colors of one sweet note, magnificent in the never ending, beautiful, multi-colored jazz town, mother night.
In the honor of jazz and spoken poetry, we get the top fingers. Wow.
Yeah.
Very good. Very well performed. You touched on so many things about New Orleans that I remember and hold dear. Even the red beans and rice, you had that in there. So fantastic. That was such a treat for you to offer that to us. Now, we'll wrap it up. What is next for Matthew? Are there any other literary endeavors that you're undergoing at the moment? And I think we may have a little bit of audio there. A lot of audio feedback.
Oh, it sounds like a scratching record. I rather like it, actually.
Yeah, actually.
Here, let me adjust my turntable.
Ha! There you go. Yeah, it does sound like that. Awesome.
What am I working on? So, Joe, I'm working on a book called Surrender Poems, and they're kind of, I wouldn't exactly call them prayers. It's more of meditations. They're very dense, and I'm not exactly sure if they would even sell, but I love them because they're just incredibly written so well, and they work about contradictions that we live in our lives that are. Every one is a specific theme, and it brings it all home. And I didn't even know what it was about until I reached the end. And when I reached the end, I found out what it was about. It was about living the best moment until our death. Yeah. So it's a pretty intense stuff.
Well, that's actually.
But I've got a whole nother collection of poems just like this, in addition to that. So yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'd be worried if you were writing it with the intent for peace, rather than writing it so that it could be birthed into the world. Because if you write from your passion and your heart, that's what's going to yield the best result. So I'm happy to hear that you wrote something that was a journey for you, and that and I love that the contradictions that we all live through. I always find that to be a very endearing part of the human experience. So it has been an absolute treat having you here with us today. I want to plug your book, Constellation Rad by Matthew Elmore, available on Amazon.com. That beautiful cover there. Go check you out a copy, purchase the copy, and if you do, leave him a review so that he knows exactly what you think about his work, and that helps the algorithm keep his books relevant and make sales, and that's what we hope for him. So Constellation Rad by Matthew Elmore. We'll see you on your next book project, I hope.
I appreciate it, Joe. Thanks for having me, man.
Your pleasure was all mine. Absolutely. Thank you. All right, crazy babies. Sorry about that audio there. Like I said, sometimes you just can't help things, and the universe must have wanted to say something to us through technology. So we just kept rolling with it. And Mr. Matthew Elmore was absolutely wonderful to have on the show. And it was a great performance of his poetry piece inside his book, Constellation Rad, which can be found on Amazon.com. So also, I want to leave you guys with another book recommendation. There is a new book out titled Vocus Animarum by an author, Martin Hoyle. This is the first book in a 7-book series. It's a psychological thriller, some horror and fantasy in there. It dives deep into the psyche and addresses things like spirituality and the human condition and schizophrenia. And it is going to be a phenomenal series. It is a phenomenal series. Once the world gets a hold of it, it's going to have a huge fan base. I highly encourage you, in addition to checking out Constellation Rad today by Matthew Elmore, that you also, while you're on Amazon, pick up your copy of Vocus Animarum by Martin Hoyle, the first in a 7-book series. You're going to be a fan. And if you do want one of the limited 100 black box editions, there will be 100, and you can contact me for it. The book is going to come to you in a black box here. And inside the black box, you are going to get a manila envelope with some features, some personal touches here that have to do with the book itself, some wax seals, and inside that is going to be a handwritten, autographed portion of the manuscript. You're going to get that with your book. Now, because the book has to do with mental illness partially, and is positioned in an insane asylum and a mental institution, your book is going to come in a tattered sleeve that resembles that of a straitjacket. This is hand sewn by the author as well. It's going to come with your wax seal. You're going to break that open, and boom, there's going to be your collector's book, a collector's edition with all these features that are going to be only 100 to exist. And the book is going to be autographed for you as well by the author, Martin Hoyle. In addition to that piece of the manuscript, you're gonna be the proud owner of, and the copy of the book Vocus Animarum, the first of a 7-book series in the Filii der Bedlam series. So I wanted to leave you with that tidbit. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed Matthew Elmore today, the author of Constellation Rad. He was an absolutely fabulous guest and a kind soul, and I hope everything best for him. And we will see him next, hopefully on his next book project. Until next time, crazy babies, have a good day. Bye.